Every day, thousands of teens are bullied on the internet. According to iSafe.org, a well-established website focused on internet safety among young adults, 42% of teens have admitted to being cyberbullied, while 1 in 4 have admitted to it occurring on more than one occasion. The best way to put an end to cyberbullying is to raise awareness about it and to explain the ways to cope with it. You are about to listen to 2 teenage college students who were cyberbullied on an anonymous forum-style website called collegeacb.com. Hear their stories and listen to the advice that they offer other young adults who have been targeted on the internet.
There are obviously people who were just out to bash me that didn't really know anything, and it did lower my self-esteem, I think. What precipitated me being cyberbullied was my sexuality. I believe that it was detrimental to my reputation to strangers just because if people don't know me, they may suspect that I had written stuff myself and that I'm full of myself, but that's not the truth at all.
I think that once my full name was put on the internet, it kind of allowed people who didn't know me to Facebook me, and then everyone could get a shot at me, which if future employers could see that if it wasn't taken down, and I felt like it would just, everyone was judging me if they didn't know me or not, and it kind of gave everyone the opportunity to judge me. I guess they were threatened by my roommates and I, and they were jealous of the way we held ourselves in public, so they targeted us on the internet.
I personally ignored it, but my friends got really up in arms about it and they tried to stand up for me. Most of what was written about me was just general comments, but anything that someone tried to pull over as fact was most of the time quickly responded to by friends who I didn't even know were writing on it and just saying, no, that's not true. So there was false information on there.
More personal things started showing up about us, and our full names were put on the internet. And when my parents read it, because I had to tell them, it made me feel pretty crappy about myself, because they had said that my parents should have aborted me, and that made me feel just awful in front of my mom and dad and my brother.
I think the best thing to do is ignore it, but if people are stating false things, and especially if people are making threats, I definitely think that they should try to get in contact with police or university officials, whoever it may be, so that they can go ahead and perhaps press charges, take any sort of action to prevent any sort of harm.
Ignore it, because I don't think you should care that much about what someone else says about you, but when it gets serious, you have to go forward and say something to, the police or someone, because it can get serious and it can get threatening. And when things are said about you that aren't true, that could get out and just put you in a false light.